Hi guys, good evening. Welcome to our live episode of our daily stock market insights. We are going to once again talk about your favorite stocks and we are going to review them one by one, okay? So just feel free to drop a comment and share the stocks that you'd like me to prioritize, okay? Okay, I'm just inviting our friends here over at Investograms and of course in our YouTube. Our page in our page in Facebook is Invest in the Stock Market. And I am inviting our friends as well. Just one moment while I gather everyone tonight. In the meantime, if you are ready, drop a comment for your stocks that you'd like me to review. Okay. Okay, there you have it. Let's do this. Okay. I will first talk about, of course, the most trending stocks that are highly talked about in today's market. Okay, so of course we have MWC, MPI, ISM, ABA, DMC, GFC, MAC. Wow, this is a new stock coming out. This trending. Let's see what happened today. All right. In the meantime, just feel free to drop a comment so that I can review and prioritize, of course, your request. Thank you for joining me. And if you have not subscribed yet to our channel, Miss JD, this is your opportunity, your way of supporting our channel. Go ahead and subscribe so that we can grow this network as well. Okay, so let's talk about, first of all, PSEI. PSEI is definitely just showing us some minimal movements here. We're still moving below the MA20 line, so this is not yet a guarantee. Even though we're slightly higher than the previous day's candlestick, that is not yet a guarantee because currently your MA20, which is our blue line in a Bollinger Band, is acting as a resistance. So we're still far away from that, a little far, a few hundreds away from reaching the nearest resistance, which is MA20 line right here. So we're not yet safe. There's also a chance that it might continue to go down. Okay, so we are still going to be heavily relying on the individual charts of your companies. Okay, so let's start with MWC. MWC is slightly giving us some, signs of light and hope. The volume that we had yesterday in its dip is almost the same. Okay, meaning if you had, let's say, one moment, if your volume was, this is so small, I cannot see. If your volume was around 111.6 million yesterday, that was also the same amount, almost the same amount that was traded today. So that means people are now showing interest in the stock. I'm not confirming that this is really going to be 100% going to be the official bounce, but given the volume almost equal to the decline yesterday is also recovering today, that means we might see some more bullish movements, unless we engulf this one, your red candlestick. Unless we engulf that in the next 3 days, I'm gonna say we're not safe yet. Okay, just still be conservative, because of course overall this stock is currently linked to a controversy. So just be extra careful. If you want, just go ahead and trade it short term, okay, and find your entry. Okay, the next one would be MPI, hand in hand with MWC. Okay, so MPI is already recovering. So I think this is already a bounce for MPI, and the next resistance that you will be challenging would be the 3.81. So in case the market gives you a chance, let's say some people will take profit anywhere around this one, around 3.14, for me is already a good entry price. That is a good entry price for me. 3.13 to 3.15, that's an area you can already give it a try. Okay? The reason why MPI declined is just because it's linked to MWC. But take note, MPI has other businesses. ISM. Okay. For ISM, this is what we call this candlestick can also signify signs of reversal. Let me just verify something here. Now, one thing that I need to take a look is, of course, price was moving downwards. Okay, and now let's confirm if your RSI is already moving upwards, but very, very minimal. Okay, so I would have to say people are still very, very careful. That's a slight increase in the momentum there for your RSI while the price is moving downwards, but I would have to say still be extra careful, because this is just a very, in terms of volume, it's so small. Even if that's a green, let's just wait for stabilization. Hold on 1 second. I have so many emails. Work email. Let me just close this for a while. Okay, so it might create some stabilization first. That's one thing we wanna see. But okay, so 2 days straight, it landed almost on the same area. I would have to say that's not a very strong support at the moment. Let's see, but let's just observe this line and just monitor it, because it might go on sideways before it gives us some reversal. Okay, so 3.04, that's the area to watch out for. The next stock is ABA. What happened to ABA? So guys, if you have some requests, drop a comment, and I'd be glad to check that out for you. Hey guys, check out ABA. This is a nice bounce for ABA, 6% increase. Okay, so but I have a feeling some traders will take profit tomorrow. So, well, ideally 0.75, but if the market does not give us a chance right over there, MA20 for me is also a good entry price from 0.75 to 0.77. Okay, in this type of formation, I think this is already a good price to give it a try. Your foreign buying is already looking good over here, right? So 0.75 to 0.77 is a good entry price. Hi Romeo, DNL. Okay, let's check that out. Wow, breakout. Okay, this is another breakout. Look, I have a resistance here. This is a resistance that I see over here. Yeah, so that's a resistance. Let us see if it will sustain that type of resistance. Last time I think we also checked this out. This was your resistance and it managed to break that, even went higher. So check if you'll have some more movements upwards, and let's see if it will create a brand new wave. I have a feeling it will continue to go up and it will rest for a while, and this is the first area of support that it will challenge. Reason being is because this used to be a resistance. That's how I would look at it. Okay, so for those people who want to play conservative, wait till this thing breaks down, if it will break down, okay, before you enter. But the next support that I see is this one, 8.86. Okay. Hi Daniel, Crown and CLI. Wow, Romeo, I bet you have entered at a very good price. All smiles from you. Okay, for Daniel, I'll take a look at Crown. Let's see. Wow, another good one. But let's see, guys. Look at this. First of all, you only have 65 trades, okay? So there's a big chance that there is a group of people who wanted to move the price, and for all you know, they might take profit tomorrow. So just be extra careful. This is currently sitting at the resistance area, and slowly but surely, it's just trying to stabilize up there. Actually, it's moving on a sideways for quite some time now, and I would have to say this is already at the resistance area. Range trading for now. Enter here at the 2 pesos area and exit at the 2.13. Now, if tomorrow it breaks out of that resistance area, then you might have a brand new wave. But I would have to say this type of stock will seldom have a lot of traders or people engaging in it. So be extra careful, because if you might enter at a resistance area, it might take some time. Okay, if you wanna let's say sell or buy, it might take some time because you only have a few people engaged in it, right? Haha. See, good job. I bet Romeo, uh, you have entered at a good price, really, with that smile on your face. So yeah, east west. I hope I was able to at least somehow helped in your decisions and in your trading analysis. But definitely, this is a give and take. After all, at the end of the day, it's you guys who will decide, right? I'm just involving you in this very productive and full of learning live sessions that we have every day. Okay, for now, East West is currently sitting at this area for its support. Why? Here's your resistance, consolidating in this area for your support. Now, if the market gives you a chance around 12.71, okay, so that's the support we see. if you want, in tranches, um, try to do some test buys in that area. Okay, in 12.71 area, if it breaks down, and if you're in it as a trader, make sure you manage your stop loss areas and execute whatever plans you have. Because when it goes down by 30%, 40%, mind you guys, it is so hard to let go of your hard earned money. So just the nearer you are to the support area, the higher the chances of being in the game all throughout and eventually reach your target profit. Okay, hi Rhea. Thank you guys for joining. I am so happy that every night our viewers are growing. Thank you for supporting our channel, and please subscribe and share this to your trading groups, walls, and wherever you are uh, part of. Okay, now let's continue. If you have some requests, just drop a comment. In the meantime, I'll go back to the trending stocks. Okay, DMC. Wow, DMC, this is a bounce, guys. Actually, the bounce started here, December 13. Okay, so this is the support that we have. Okay, and it even confirmed this area. So if people will take profit tomorrow from 5.44, anywhere here to, let me see, anywhere here. Wow, that's really high. Maybe up to here, 5.30. From where it is at right now to 5.30, that's still a good entry price. Because I know some people will take profit and it will not just all the way go super high. Okay, but good bounce. Oh, 9.61 in just one day for DMC. Okay, and overall we're still at a very cheap level. If you want to give it a try, you're still at a safe area, and also good for long-term investing. JFC. Let us see. I think it had doji for today. Okay. JFC. This is for me, a sign of weakness. Okay, but because that's a doji, normally if that comes out near a resistance area, it will rest. Okay, it might rest for a while, but hopefully it will just rest somewhere here, halfway, or the lowest would be your MA20 line before it continues to go up. But once again, when it reaches this level around MA20 line, let's calibrate again and talk about the potential moves based on the other indicators that are available on our screen. We use the volume, we use RSI, we also use the candlestick patterns that we see to make our analysis or conviction stronger. 5 months pa lang ako sa stock, Miss JD. Salamat sa live stream mo. Oh, thank you. But I'm glad that you're already somehow profitable in your decisions. I know not 100% like anyone else, even the most tenured traders in the stock market, they also have losses. But I'm really glad, based on what I am reading right now with all the smiley faces. Um, I'm glad you have some profitable trades. Okay, so just continue this daily rigor along with me so that we all hone our skills, even even if you're still working full time, you always have a backup plan, right? Okay, now let's continue. So we talk about DMC. So very promising pattern for DMC right now. And where was that? The next one is, oh, I talked about JFC. Did I? Oh yeah, JFC had, this one is Yeah, just be extra careful because the three candlesticks that we had for the past three days are actually bearish candlesticks. So just be mindful if you're in it as a long-term investor, so you won't really mind. When it goes down further, just buy some more. Okay, now let's talk about Macro Asia Corporation. Okay, MAC is currently just stabilizing in the area, doing sideways. But while the price was just doing sideways, check out what's happening to your uh, RSI. Yes, starting to move in an upward direction. Okay, that means people are showing interest in this. Could be this. This could be your support right over here. Yeah, that is your support. Okay, so the nearer you are to this line, which is very, very near, um, and if you want to give it a try, that's the area to enter. But if it goes lower than that, 3%, 5%, make sure to exit the trade. It all depends, by the way. I just want to reiterate that it all depends on your risk tolerance. Let's say if you're in it as a long-term investor, 3 to 5%, you wouldn't really mind it because you want to add some more. You're just accumulating volume. So it all depends on your perspective. And let's talk about BPI and ACEPH. Okay, BPI, obviously, this is currently outside our Bollinger Band. What happened? I lost my... Why do I have two? Okay, anyway. So this is our RSI. It is already showing an upward direction, but I'm not very confident because we're currently outside the Bollinger Band. So that means it might even trigger some more downward movements. Unless I see an engulfing candle, right? Engulfing meaning much higher than the start price of the red candlestick. Probably around 84.42 or any price higher than this candlestick would mean you are already at a good mark. We might see some more movements on the upside. But right now, just wait and see. Although your RSI is already giving us advanced signals that we are building that momentum for this particular stock. ACEPH. Okay. Okay. Currently, yeah, we're just at the support level for this stock. But then again, wait for some stabilization. This used to be your resistance and I support in this level. Okay. Let's see when it did your double bottom. Double bottom, your RSI is already moving upwards. So if you want and just want to make sure that, let's say you are already in the trade, some people enter as early as here, but you can even wait for 1 to 2 more days to confirm the support, because the more days you see price landing at that area, the stronger your support becomes. Like this one, how many days did it land at this area for its resistance? Several, multiple days. That means the resistance is getting stronger each day. But right now, your RSI is already giving us advanced signals. Okay. Next would be the next one. Okay, let's now go to the other stocks, all stocks, and then I sort So we talked about MWC, BPI, and let's talk about ICT. Who just called? ICT. Okay. ICT. Okay, guys, check that out. Um, this is a resistance area. As you can see over here, that's a resistance area. Now, if you'd like to take profit, this is a bearish candlestick, and you had a dramatic increase yesterday. People are taking profit, so chances are it might rest and would revisit your 125.79 level, or 125.92. It's just the same area. Look at that. Oops. Over here. Okay, so that's support and resistance in action. So it might revisit that area. And yeah, check out the price action when it reaches your 125.92 level. BDO, did we talk about that? Okay, BDO is also respecting your resistance right over here. Okay, so be extra careful. While the price is challenging your resistance, you are already showing signs of weakness in your RSI. So I don't feel good. People will potentially take some more profit and will rest. Not even sure if this will sustain, but definitely the next stop would be around your 150 level. 150 level. Why did I say that? Of course, I have to back it up. And this over here, several days, that area has been acting as your resistance. Previous resistance becomes your support. Okay. Luffy Monkey. I'm not done with MBT yet. Good timing. I am going to check that out for you. MBT. MBT has, where did it land? Right over here. You think this is already a bounce for MBT, but definitely we don't want to overcommit because we're still outside of the Bollinger Band. Now, it might even stabilize in this area first before it moves up again. Okay, why? This used to be your support, used to be your resistance over here. Even if it overshoots a little bit, like over here, it's still just very near the area, so it is an area. So I may put in a tiny square so that you have some wiggle room right there. Wait. That's your support. It could even reach here because also there's an overshoot in the price to the downside. So that means that's an area to watch out for. See if it will stabilize first, because I'm thinking since we are outside of our Bollinger Band while it's showing green, people might still continue to sell. Okay, because we're still, majority of it, we're actually 50% in right at the center, but we stayed at the resistance area for quite some time, right? And people are already taking profit. And just observe the price when it reaches 63 level. Okay, Meg and now let's check out Meg. Meg, it's not showing. Okay, there. Meg is right. Your RSI is already it's not, sorry, it refreshed. Just one moment. I will go back to the chart. I am going to low. Okay, Meg. There you have it. Okay, for Meg. Okay, this is what I was mentioning earlier. Price was moving downwards, and this time around we had two candlesticks landing on the same area, which is over here, right? First day, second day. But overall, your RSI is already giving us advanced signals that it will now bounce. But again, if the market gives you a chance to really enter at 4.04, you can give it a try. And because I am thinking it's not going to be an overnight movement, but we'll linger in this area first before it goes up. So the nearer you are to the 4.04 level when you enter this stock, the better. Okay, now this time around, did I talk about now? Not yet. That's the next one. Okay. I feel good tonight, guys. We have 11 people watching us. Thank you very much. I enjoy it when I have more people in our live. Okay. Guys, we're triggering the lower Bollinger Band and now has a gap up here. Okay, so we might continue to go down and fill that gap. And yeah, I just want to manage your expectations. I don't want to lie to you because my indicators not suggest, but tells us that based on the facts here, given that there's a gap up here, price will go down to fill this gap, and the nearest support that we see will be 2.13 level. Okay, so when it goes down over here, it will potentially stabilize before it goes up. See that? Like this one, stabilize first for a few days and then gap up. So that's what we are seeing at the moment. 2.13 is a key area to watch out for. All right. So next would be Trinidad's request, TBGI, John Paul Del Rosario, hello, PRMX, Brian Padilla, is Ali. Okay, thank you. But guys, while waiting, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button so that we can also monitor and we are updated for all our live activities here. TBGI. TBGI. Okay, so this is not a good sign for TBGI. Although you had foreign buying here, let's see how what was the thought process behind that. Price was moving downwards. Check out your RSI moving in an upward direction. So that's one sign, but let us see. Where are we at in terms of the candlestick? So we're still triggering the lower band. That means I will not 100% recommend that you get in right away. Wait for it to stabilize, as I feel that given the number of trades that we have here, we will just see very, very minimal movements. Perhaps we will have these types of movement like 1 to 2. Actually, this is not 1 to 2 points, right? 0.01 to 0.05 movements per day. So it might stabilize at the area where it is at right now, or if it will dip, just minimal dip, because your RSI is already giving us advanced signals. And just wait for stabilization. Anyway, just come back tomorrow and drop a comment about TBGI so we are reminded to see and review what is the current movement of this stock. Let us check PRMX. PRMX. So like this is what I was talking about. It is currently stabilizing in this area. This is a double-edged sword. You know why? It's giving us a much stronger support, but take note, most of the action is happening at the floor or at the support area. So it's trying to break that support. That means it could also happen that there will be a price breakdown. Or it's just simply strengthening your support area. That way, the next move would be on the upside, something like this, right? For several days in this area, you have the price landing at the same level and then boom, sudden increase in price. But because the volume is just, small, very few people trading, then it was just taken back the next day and then flatline again. Okay, so just be extra careful. If you want to play safe and be ahead of the game and you want to enter at 2.01 because your Bollinger Band is already getting, constricted, chances are it will just erupt. So if you want to enter 2.01 when you lose around 3% to 5% on the downside below that line, then you can trigger your stop loss or cut loss. The next one is SMPH. Okay, I'll talk about Ali first because Brian asked for it first. But sorry. Ali is trying to go back and stabilize first before this probably is going to go much higher. So it's just trying to retest your support and build the support at your MA20 level. Take note, if this is your first time here, I would always say when we are moving above the MA20 line, your MA20 will most of the time act as your support. So in a Bollinger Band, the middle portion here is your MA20 line by default. Some people would modify the settings, but I don't. Just use the regular default settings. So it normally just goes back to your MA20 line when you're above it. Although here there was an overshoot in the price to the downside, still it went up and bounced. This is an overshoot, slightly lower. Okay. Now it's time. I can see this. Daniel also had CPM. CPM and SMPH, promise. Who is CPM? Century Park. Century Peak Metals Holdings. There are 18 trades, guys. So overall, this thing you should only be trading at the fast time frame. I do not have a solid understanding of the fundamentals, so it's your task to also research, right? Now, if you really would like to give this a try, since you're moving in a downward direction, it might revisit your MA20 line. Okay, you had a slight gap up here. It might even fill that and go back to the MA20 line. So it's just it's a waiting game. Okay. Overall, I have a stronger sentiment that it will go back to this level before it jumps back. Okay, so we are currently sitting at where? 2.66. Okay, let us see if it will stabilize there, but my opinion is it will go back to 2.60. Okay, now let's talk about SMPH. SMPH is currently respecting your MA20 line. Okay, when it reached that level, it bounced. So maybe it is now trying to build a brand new support in this area. Okay, anyways, you had your resistance here as well, and your previous resistance is now acting as support in that level. Okay, there. So 40.17. That's another key area to watch out for. 40.17. And I would have to say people who are engaged in SMPH are normally investors. So just in case it dips or it breaks the 40.17, and you're an investor, just buy some more when it dips. But if you're a trader, you enter at 40.17, set your stop loss even before you enter, and then when it negates your analysis, exit the trade. Okay, see that? So I wonder for Ethel, Gemma, at what price did you enter SMPH? I hope you're asking because you're just simply trying to identify the profit-taking area. So I really hope that many of you, if not all of you guys, are positive in your portfolio in December. Okay. Now let's continue because we have a few more stocks. We're working our way from top to bottom where we review the highly traded ones first, work our way downwards. Okay. We talked about these things. URC currently is moving. It had some difficult time really breaking your MA20 line, so that's a sign of weakness. It might rest for a while, and then let's see when it reaches when the price reaches this level. Let's see if it will bounce 141. Anyway, every day we're looking at this. Okay, but definitely for me, the next day potentially, given that it had a hard time breaking MA20 and you ended with a doji today, so it might go back to 141. Talked about DMC AC. AC is still trying to stabilize and create a support in this area. While it's true that it's a little bit higher, this is not a guarantee yet because this is the candlestick that we want to break. Okay, that's a very high. So first day, second day, the third day should be somehow like that. Okay, higher than the this candlestick's starting price. Okay, we want to engulf that. Planning to buy SMPH. Oh, Ethel still plans. SMPH overall is really a solid company. If you would like to engage in it, I suggest do it for long-term investing. And if you want to give it a try at 40.17, just in case, okay, it negates your decision by a few pesos, buy some more. The reason why I said that is because to begin with, you are an investor. But if you are going to just be trading SMPH, set your stop loss levels before you even enter. Where would you like to exit if it negates your insights? 3% negative? 5% negative? Okay, so that's something you will decide. Because right now, this is our imaginary line, 40.17. Our condition is price has to start in this area and most of the sentiment should be moving above it tomorrow. But if price starts here and most of the action happens downwards, then I don't recommend because it might be resting in the coming days. It might rest in the coming days. Okay, so those are our thoughts. Let's continue. Well, SMPH, you talked about your CDMC, AC, AGI. AGI, I like the pattern of AGI. Check that out. It's getting constricted. Wherever it is at right now, up to your MA20 line, I would have to say that's a good entry price. The nearer you are to the 11.12 level, the better. That's for me the support that we have here. It's really getting constricted. I like Bollinger Bands that are constricted, especially when the candlestick is above the MA20 line. Okay, see this? This is now the opposite. It was constricted, Okay, constricted over here, but there's price breakdown. And then all the way down. But who knows, right? Because we're already all the way down and the price is constricted. Maybe the next day it will go all the way up. So that's what we are seeing. Okay, AGI. Uh-huh. Well, we've covered a lot, looks like. Yeah, we've covered a lot today. And yeah, I think. Do you have any other requests? Fruit, let's check out fruit. Oh no, fruit is still trying to stabilize. Over here. Okay. So, still observing, I don't see any bullish candlestick yet. So, let's continue. Wilcon. Wilcon, this is a this used to be a resistance over here. So probably let's just observe. If you want to get in, the best entry price would be your 18.37. But overall, guys, we're already at the high price for Wilcon. But mind you, Wilcon has been on a constant increase, right, for the past year. So if it will dip, I would have to say there's just going to be some minimal dips because people are taking profit, but the overall sentiment of the market towards Wilcon is really this moving in an upward direction. People are starting to invest in real estate because prices are becoming more attractive and more affordable for everyone. So when people are engaged in real estate, definitely they're going to have their homes fixed and they buy their materials for construction and renovations at Wilcon. That's what we are seeing. Next one would be RLC, no movement, just sitting at the resistance area, so that's not a good sign because people might take profit. Did I talk about Meralco? Okay, nice jump, guys. So this is the support that we're seeing, although currently we're at the resistance area, but we're already at a very, very cheap level. In fact, while price is moving downwards over here, your RSI is already moving upwards. So I'm thinking in the coming days, it will break your MA20 line. This is currently trying to challenge your MA20 over here, right? For several weeks, for more than a week. So our goal, because it's right at the MA20 right now, tomorrow if it starts much higher than that, most of the action happens on the upside, then I would say, yeah, get in as near as you can to 320, as this will already bounce. See that? SECB. SECB, stay away. It's triggering the lower band. In fact, it started here. Started December 16, where you have the price already triggering the lower band. FGen. Oh, almost the same pattern. I don't feel good with FGen. It might continue to go down. Where could it land next? Right here. Right here. Okay, so that's the area. 22.58. That's the next possible support that I see. And let's then check out how your RSI behaves when the price reaches that level. Alright? Guys, by the way, if you have not subscribed to our channel, this is your opportunity so that you're always updated of the next live session that we have. Click the subscribe so that we can also grow this channel and share it to your Facebook groups and walls and your friends. Okay? What else? Do you have any other request? Let's talk about SCC. SCC has finally crossed the MA20 line, so Let us see if it will sustain the new support that we have in this area, 20.80. Okay, so that's a new support. Blue is starting to trigger your MA20 line. So let us see if it will also break that line. But then again, when it crosses that line, you also have a very near resistance over here. So overall, I would have to say, if you are to ask me, this is um, moving on sideways with big dips happening up and down. Something like this. Oh, so that's the one. So if you want, you can wait for it to break out of this line, which is your resistance area. Wait for the breakout at 11.45 before you enter. Otherwise, wait as well, as near as you can, at the 10 pesos area before you enter. What else? Double dragon. So moving downwards. What you can do here is create a what? Triangle. This one, okay? This is what we want to see. Okay, that one. And also this one. Okay, so that's the area to watch out for. If you want, if the price breaks out of that green line to the upside, then that's where you enter. Enter when the price reaches this level, moves upward. Or if the price moves here, of course, that would mean you don't enter. Okay, so that's the triangle that we have. Okay. Now, Daniel Maxis. Okay. There's a significant volume that happened today. Okay. See that? So I'm thinking it's just creating a support in this level and will eventually move up. Okay, nice plotting here. Okay, so this is oh nice, powerful. Used to be resistance, used to be a support. Okay, and now going back to this area to create and stabilize that support. So 11.74 is a good price to check out and try to do test buys. And let's see if it will eventually move up. KPPI. Oh, so near the second area to watch out. I'm not going to move that because I feel that it will really visit that area. 8.93. Okay. Next. SSI. Oh, SSI finally crossed the MA20 line. Okay. I'd have to say, this is your new support, guys. Your MA20 line. And it's up to you. Do you feel you're still at that tolerable entry price? 2.55, probably somewhere between 2.55 to 260. That could be an acceptable entry for SSI. It was a 1.93 increase in the price. MRC. Oh no, MRC when they're going up. Okay, so this is already a good sign for MRC. Okay, so you had that bounce, it challenged your MA20. Normally that's how it goes. It revisits and stabilizes an area before it moves up. Okay. Let us see if it will on the short term, let's check your Fibonacci retracement. This will allow you to see which are the possible areas of bounce. See that? Looks like it. We're currently at an area that it will bounce at the 0.618 level. We are correct. So I'd have to say maybe if the price action happens above the 0.1970 area, then you will have a bounce here. Okay. The next one, ABS. While it's true that it's green, I still don't feel confident because we're still outside of the Bollinger Band. Look at this. It's also green, but you ended outside of the Bollinger Band. It only managed to bounce a little bit, but it went down. Okay, so we're not totally safe yet for ABS. Let me see GMA7. I don't like this. 43 trades. Our volume in the Philippine market is so low. Did you know that in the US market, the entire volume of all the stocks that we're trading in a day is just worth one day? I mean, one company in the US market. That's why on average you see 1.2 increase, 3% increase, you get a 7% increase. That is already a big move, right? But those kinds of movements in the US market, they're just usual movements. In the Philippine market, there's a cap. If the price reaches a maximum of 50% increase or a negative by 50%, in the Philippine market, it stops. It cannot go any further than that. But in the US market, it can go unlimited. It can even go up to 2,000% increase or 1,000% increase or decrease, especially when you're dealing with a secondary stock. In layman's term, basura stock. Okay, it can happen. That can happen in the US market. So it is extreme to the upside if you're already an expert, but very risky if you're still starting, just starting. See the difference? Okay, now I think let's wrap up tonight. But I'm so happy, guys, that even if you're already at the 1 hour mark, I still have you join me. I'm really happy. Our crowd is growing, our network is growing. Please continue to support our channel, subscribe, and share this to your groups. We will always try our best to be consistent at this. Okay, thank you very much for joining, and please do watch the insights as of yesterday and check out the outcome based on the result of today's market. Were our insights correct? You can give it a try. And all the things that we did right, apply that in your trades. Mind you, guys, it will polish your analytical skills. And like me, I'm also still I still consider myself as a student. We are forever students. There's no end if you want to learn. Just don't stop learning, okay? Thank you guys for joining, and you have a good morning. It's 12 o'clock in the morning now, Singapore time. Okay, bye-bye for now.